space memory. It should not exceed your space memory.
And I just think the data engine side of that, so getting the data to learn all the concepts that you're saying now is an incredible process. It's this iterative process of just, there's this hydra net, many...
We're changing the name to something else.
Okay, I'm sure it'd be equally as Rick and Morty like.
There's a lot of we often take the neural net, neural nets in the cars so many times. It's crazy.
Also, every time there's a new major version, you'll rename it to something more memorable and beautiful. Sorry, not ridiculous, of course.
If you full like the cameras is that, or almost full cameras is there's a lot of post-processing done in order to make pictures look at the various neural nets and the C code, the various neural nets and the C code, and there's a little bit of C++ there as well. Well, maybe a lot, but the core stuff is the heavy-duty computers all in C. And so we track that, latency all the way to an output command to the drive unit latency, all the way to an output command to the drive unit to accelerate, and like I say, okay, we know that our information is for arguments.
Looking back the 6 years, looking out into the future, based on your current understanding, how hard do you think this full self-driving problem? When do you think Tesla will solve level 4 FSD?
I mean, it's looking quite likely that it will be next year.
And what is it?
Before we would actually say, like, okay, it's okay, you guys, it's not going to be equivalent, it's going to be much better.
So if you got the FSD 10.6 just came out recently, 10.7 is on the way, maybe came out recently, 10.7 is on the way, maybe 11 is on the way, 11 is on the way somewhere in the future.
Yeah. We were hoping for basically, if you're more matrix-based stuff and less heuristics-based stuff. You know, like much less data. It's outputting this. This is a lane line. This is a curve. This is drivable space. This is a car. This is you know, a pedestrian or cyclist or something like that. It's outputting. It's really outputting. It's really outputting proper vectors to the C++ control code, as opposed to those sort of constructing the vectors in C. Which we've done, I think, quite a good job of, but we're kind of hitting a local maximum on how well the C can do this. So this is really a big deal. Like I said, optimizing the C compiler and just, you know, cutting out latency everywhere. Like this is, if we don't do this, the system will not work properly. So the work of the engineers doing this, they are like the unsung heroes to some, you know, but they are critical to the success of the situation.
I think you made it clear. I mean, at least to me, it's super exciting. Everything that's going on outside of what Andre's doing. I mean, everything that's going on with data.
And basically, if it's dangerous, boring, because that's not. So
just can't. Think about that. Can we test about it all, or is it really focused on the problem of performing specific tasks, not connecting with humans?
I mean, to be honest, I haven't actually thought about it from the companionship standpoint.
What up, H2?
It actually would end up being. It could be actually a very good companion.
What's up?
The whole Kanye and the whole Nazi thing.
What about it?
I want you to know that there is nothing against the Jewish people, and that this whole movement is actually for equalizing the field, and there is something very, very important. If you go to Gematria, gematrix.org, you'll see you can insert phrase. Now I'm gonna post this screenshot. If you type in "my heart is pure" into this, there is is the same number that is 1068 in English gematria and Hebrew gematria.
Okay.
Are hard cut pure, and I believe that this is the equalizer. This is the I'm gonna put this in general for well I don't have permission to do that.
No one does because people spam me with like really gory stuff. So just I'll look it up when I have a moment.
I'm gonna DM it to you. I'm gonna DM it to this account that I'm speaking to you on.
Okay, don't do that. I'll send you the account on which I want you to do.
Okay. So I'm gonna send you the screenshot. That's really the juice.
Don't know. Owner sounds like maybe the wrong word, but yeah, it's using a lot of it would use the autopilot inverse computer and a lot of the training that we've done for cars in terms of recognizing real world things could be applied directly to the robot. Um, but there's a lot of custom actuators and sensors that need to be developed.
And an extra module on top of the vector space for love.
Yeah.
That's me saying.